Okay. So this is English language course code 1123. I'll be guiding everything about it to you. Why is it important to have a course code? Do you have any idea? In O levels, every subject has a code. You need to remember that course code so that you would be easily finding out the resources or the past papers from internet. So this is the course code 1123 for your English language, which you need to remember. Okay, so I have told you about the course code. English language it is 1123. If we move forward towards the assessment at a glance, so you can see here that O-level English language paper is divided into two compulsory components, that is paper 1 and paper 2. So you will be having two papers of English, right? Both the papers are going to be externally marked. If you perform well or as per your performance, you will be awarded grades from A plus, that is asterisk, to grade E. If you would not be performing well, you will be graded as U, that is undergrade, and you will be declared as fail. So you have to perform well in order to achieve at least A plus or A grade. Paper 1 focuses on writing skills, right? So you will be having writing skill or writing questions in paper 1. Paper 2 focuses on reading skills. So these are the two skills we are going to focus on in this whole academic year. Okay, I hope it is clear. So you have to work on paper 1, writing skills, paper 2, reading skills. Is that clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
yes,
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
I would suggest you to write your answers in the chat box instead of unmuting your mic so that the recording would not be disturbed and you would be able to listen it clearly afterwards too. So if I move towards paper 1 writing, so the time duration which is required to complete this paper is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So you have to complete your writing paper in 1 hour and 30 minutes. Your paper is divided into two sections, section 1 and section 2. In section 1, the first question is about directed writing. This directed writing question is a compulsory writing task which you have to do. You have to prepare yourself well for directed writing question. You haven't practiced it in the previous class, so we will be practicing it in detail in this class, and this is going to be of 30 marks. So 30 marks are so much, like you have to work really hard to get good marks out of 30 for this. So it has to be done in 200 to 300 words. And what it includes usually a magazine article, a report, a speech, account, or letter. Right? So these are the things that you have to practice enough to secure good marks in this question number 1 of directed writing. Is that clear? You can write it in the chat box, beta. And if you want me to explain it in a little bit slow manner, so do let me know about that too. So I will not be in a hurry. Okay. Section number 2 is about composition, right? It's creative writing. It is again going to be of 30 marks. So these 30 marks you have to work really hard for. You will be given 5 topics in this section number 2 of composition. And these 5 topics would be about either descriptive, argumentative, or narrative essay writing. So you will be given 5 topics from these and you have to pick any one and write on that. So we are going to work on descriptive writing, argumentative writing, and narrative writing. I can see some of you are not making notes. Some of you are just listening. I think that it's better to make your own notes side by side. I can see you, Shayan. It's better to write, beta. We cannot memorize everything. Okay, thank you. So in this question, you are supposed to write 350 to 500 words. So this is about paper 1 writing. I hope it is clear. Shall I move forward?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll be guiding you about your second paper now, that is of reading. The time duration for, it's not P1, it should be P2 written here. Okay, this is not 1, it is 2. It's not writing, it is reading. This is written wrong here. I'll be correcting it. Let me just correct it myself. Mhm. This is P2 reading. The time that is required to complete this paper is 1 hour and 45 minutes. Fine. So you have to complete it in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Okay. Similar to the paper 1, this is also divided into 2 sections, section number 1 and section number 2. In section number 1, the comprehension passage you are given, it is called reading for ideas. This question is going to be of 25 marks. Question number 1 is about notes making. Question number 1 part B is about summary writing. Question number 2 is usually about opinions. So we will be practicing it in detail. Then you will understand what it is all about. Section number 2 is about the comprehension passage related to reading for meaning. It is going to be of 25 marks again. And in this, you will be asked explicit questions or implicit questions. In explicit questions, you have to just read out the text and you can clearly and directly find out the answers to those questions. In implicit questions, you need to infer the text in order to find out the answers. Okay, so this is about paper 2, reading paper. Paper 1 I have told you, and I've told you about paper 2 as well. If we move forward, I'll be showing you the sample paper also. So you will have a rough idea. Okay? To have a rough idea, let me show you the paper also. This is the first page, that is called the title page, right? Where the necessary information is mentioned. Is it visible to you? Just write it in the chat box. If it is visible to you or not. Can you see it? Okay, I think it's visible. It's not clear to Shayan. I'll be showing you. Okay, to most of you it is visible. So I think I should move forward. I'll be showing it to you from the other site as well. So don't worry if you miss a little bit of it. So this is the title page basically. Here, English language is written. This is the name of the paper. It's paper 1, writing. This is the course code written over here. This is 1-1. It is from October-November exam series 2018. Usually our students appear in May, June. series, but this paper is from October, November. The time is mentioned here. If you can see, it is of 1 hour and 30 minutes. And these are some of the instructions written over here, which you have to go through with clearly. It's about the answer booklet. It's about if you need extra answer sheets. So what you have to do, you have to ask your invigilator. The time duration they have talked about here, that altogether you have 90 minutes for this paper one. So you have to equally divide your time. So for section 1, you have 45 minutes, and for section 2, you have 45 minutes. So you have to manage your time accordingly. Right? I'll be showing you the clear version of this paper also afterwards, but just have a rough idea about it for now. Okay, so this is the paper. If you can see here, this is section 1, directed writing, 200 to 300 words. This question is of 30 marks, 15 marks and 15 marks. 15 marks are for task instructions and 15 marks are for language. So this is how the marks are divided. And this task 1 is to write a speech. These are the instructions. I'll be teaching it to you in detail. So no need to be worried how we are going to do it. We are going to practice it thoroughly. Just have a rough idea that how the paper looks like. So the second one here is, if you see section number 2, it's composition. As I already told you, that you will be given 5 topics. This is description, argumentative, and narrative. You have to pick one from these and write on that. It is going to be of again 30 marks. Is that clear? Is that clear to you? Just write it in the chat box quickly so that I can move forward. Okay, thank you. See the next one. This is the title page, the front page for your reading paper. If you can see here, you have to write your name here, your center number here, your number, your candidate number here. This is the course code written here. This is component. The time is mentioned over here, 1 hour and 45 minutes you have to complete this. And then these are the 2 comprehension passages. Just have a rough idea. I'll try to show you the clear version of it too. This is passage number 1. The title is Cars. This is passage number 2. This is Leela. And the questions are on the next slide. These are the questions. So first one is reading for ideas. Question number 1, part A, notes. Part B, summary. Here we have some questions. Question number 2 for opinions. You have to find out 3 opinions here. This is section 2, reading for meaning. These are the questions from each paragraph. You will read the paragraph, you will find out the answer and write it in your own words. In this comprehension passage, you cannot copy down the words from the passage as it is. You have to rephrase them and then you can write it. So these are the questions. Now, this is the overall marking criteria, you can say, or the marking scheme. Writing paper, 60 marks. Directed writing, 30. Composition, 30. And then you will be given marks in the form of bands. I'll be guiding you about bands as well in the coming classes. What are bands? Right? You are marked in bands in writing paper. Reading paper is of 50 marks, 25, 25. Reading for ideas, reading for meaning, and you'll be given marks as per your performance in each comprehension passage. Now, let me show you the clear version of the paper as well. I think it is visible to you now. Can you see it? I have already explained it to you. Just have a look on it. Meanwhile, I'm reading your messages in the chat box. Okay. So here you can see everything is mentioned here clearly. This is how the first page of your paper looks like. This is how section number 1, directed writing question looks like. Just have a rough idea. We are left with 5 more minutes for our class, so let's quickly finish it. This is going to be your section 2 composition. So you have description, argument, and narrative. We are going to practice it. Let me show you the reading paper now. This is the reading paper. Insert means where the comprehension passages are given. 1 hour and 45 minutes. This is how your first passage looks like. This is how the second passage looks like. ठीक है? And usually you're given one blank page also if you want to write anything or brainstorm anything. So this is the basically in answer sheets, na, where you are asked to write the name. These are the answer sheets. You will be writing your name here, your center number. Our center number is PK725. You'll be writing it here. Your roll number, basically candidate number, comes here. Then this is how your paper looks like. Reading for ideas. This is summary. These are opinion. Reading for meaning. Okay, I hope it is clear. So this is how your paper looks like. You can also access your paper from Google. Just type your course code, English language 1123. You can see all of the past papers from there. Right? So books. I have already provided you the book list, but just as a reminder, you must be having your Oxford Progressive English Book 8. We will be going through this. You must be having this Tuesday with Molly by Alan. We will be going through with that. You can access the past papers from Google, from internet. For English class, for especially my class, you must be having thesaurus and dictionary. I would not allow anybody in my class without this. You must be having thesaurus and dictionary. Either you are attending online classes or face-to-face classes. Okay, thank you. This is all. If you have any query now, you can ask. Yes, please. You can write in the chat box. Is that clear? The whole paper pattern thing? Okay. So this is basically our introduction class. From tomorrow, we are going to begin it properly. Try to until you have your registers. Some of you have texted me that we could not get our registers. If not, then you are going to do your work somewhere properly. And as soon as you will get your registers, you will be doing your work over there. I would not suggest you to do your work on the rough notebooks. Try to get your registers as soon as possible. But if somehow you couldn't get it, then you can do it somewhere safely. Let me mark your attendance and then we are going to end this class. We are left with 1 minute, I think. Let me just quickly mark your attendance and then you can leave. Okay, I've marked it. It is, I think, your Pakistan studies class next in the timetable. Miss Elia would not be able to attend, conduct that class, so no need to wait for that. You will be taking, this is third class, you will be taking the 5th period after this. Clear? I'll see you in my next class tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Allah Hafiz.
Allah
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.